Hey guys, good morning. In the last session, we have discussed about the types of waves and also depending upon the medium, and also depending upon the dimensions, and also depending upon the energy, right? So now what we discuss is we'll go somewhat. I'll show you by drawing the transverse wave and also longitudinal wave. Yesterday I have given you examples like in case of transverse wave I have given you a string, a stretched string, right? And also I have given you an example of a group of springs connected together, so that if one spring is connected to the rigid support and the other spring is just pulled and released, so that it will get compressed, and thereby next spring, first spring will make the second spring to compress, and second spring will make the third spring to compress, and so on. So when the third spring gets compressed, second spring will elongate, and when the second spring elongates, the first spring again gets compressed, and the process continues, right? So the region where the spring is getting compressed, that region is called as compression in case of longitudinal wave, and the region where the spring is getting elongated, that region is called as rarefaction in case of longitudinal wave. Similarly, in case of transverse wave, we have two terms called crest and trough, right? Let me show you, so that let me show the rigid body which is connected to one end of the rigid support, string is connected to the rigid support in this way. So if I give a jerk in this direction, vertical direction, then the actually initially this string is horizontal, and all the particles will be at their mean positions, right? At their mean positions. And when I give a sudden jerk to the string, to one end of the string, then the string will be moving in the forward direction in this way, right? The topmost point along the positive y direction, or you can say upward displacement, the topmost point along the upward displacement is called the crest, and the bottommost point on along the downward displacement is called trough. I'm denoting crest with letter C and trough with letter T. So this is what the topmost point along the uh, vertical displacement, right, or upward displacement is called crest. The bottommost point along the downward displacement is called trough. So this is in case of transverse wave. In case of longitudinal wave, as I said earlier, if I consider a group of springs, right, connected together like this, and one end of this spring is again fixed to the rigid support, and this is pulled and released, so that one spring gets compressed. I'm not showing you the compression of the spring, I'm just showing you the particles will come closer, and thereby this spring will force the other spring to get compressed, and this spring will elongate. Now here if this spring pushes the second spring, this spring, the particles will come very closer, and thereby the first spring gets elongated, so that here I can show you the elongation in this way. uh, uh, this portion is, the particles are moving away from each other. Right, again I will show you, I mean, like, this portion where the particles are moving away from each other, this is called as rarefaction. And the particles where the particles are, I mean, coming closer, that portion is called as compression. Again, like this alternate rarefaction and compressions you will find. Again, you find the rarefaction in this region, like particles will be far away from each other. This portion I call it as rarefaction, and the region where the particles come closer, that portion is called as compression. So this process continues till the end of this springs. So in case of longitudinal wave, uh, I can say there are two regions called as compressions and rarefactions. Compression is a region where the particles come very close to each other, whereas in the region of rarefaction, the particles move apart from each other. Right? So this happens in case of longitudinal wave. Fine. In this case, in case of longitudinal wave, the particles will be vibrating parallel to the direction of vibration of wave, or you can say direction of wave motion. Whereas in case of transverse wave, the particles are vibrating about their mean positions perpendicular to the direction of wave propagation. I can say this is the wave propagation, and I can denote V as velocity of wave. So wave propagation is along x direction, whereas particle is vibrating perpendicular to the direction of wave motion. Or I can say particles are vibrating along y-axis. Right? And we do have some characteristics of a wave, as already you have learnt in your lower classes. Like, first one is amplitude of the wave. Right? First one is amplitude of the wave. Just hold on. Fine. Let me erase this portion. Now let us discuss about the characteristics of wave. As all you know that both longitudinal as well as transverse waves are nothing but simple harmonic waves. These waves are said to be simple harmonic waves. And also you have learnt in oscillations chapter in first year that there is an equation for the displacement, right? Y is equal to A sin omega t. This is the basic equation. This is the basic equation. Y is equal to A sin omega t, which can also be written as Y is equal to A sin 2 pi by capital T into T. Right. So what exactly this what exactly this Y is? Y is called as displacement of particle. A is called as amplitude of wave, and omega is called as angular frequency, or you can say angular velocity, right? Omega is said to be angular frequency or angular velocity. Okay, right. So what is meant by amplitude of the wave? Amplitude is nothing but the maximum displacement of a particle from mean position is called amplitude. Whether you take a longitudinal wave or transverse wave, amplitude definition will be same, that is the maximum displacement of a particle from mean position, or you can define the other way as the distance between mean position and extreme position of a particle is called amplitude, right? This is one of the characteristics of a simple harmonic wave, right? Amplitude. Next one is wavelength, right? I mean, for example, let me show you amplitude again by drawing a wave, by considering a wave right here. If I consider this as a wave, here, this okay, this is mean position, MP I am writing. This is extreme position, or you can say the topmost point on the wave, that is the maximum displacement, I mean up to which only this particle can oscillate. So this maximum displacement, or I can say Y max is equal to, simply I am denoting this Y max as A. See here, particles are vibrating at different positions, but which one is having maximum displacement? The topmost point is having maximum displacement. So this maximum displacement of a particle, right, from mean position is called as amplitude. So next comes to another physical quantity called wavelength. The name itself says length of the wave, right? If you take a transverse wave, or if you take longitudinal wave, in both the waves we define wavelength, but with a different terminologies, because in a transverse wave we have discussed about crest and troughs, and in case of longitudinal waves we have discussed about compressions and rarefaction. Now if I take a transverse wave, as you know very well, this point is called crest. This bottommost point in the downward displacement is called trough, and again if I take another pulse, one I mean half of the wave is like what we call as pulse. So again if I take this as crest, this point is as crest, the distance between two consecutive crests is defined as wavelength and is denoted with the letter lambda. This is a Greek letter lambda we use for wavelength. The distance between two crests is called wavelength, or I mean two consecutive crests, or you can define the other way, the distance between two consecutive troughs or two successive troughs is also called as wavelength. Now let me show you here another trough this way, right? Another trough. The distance between the two successive troughs is also called as wavelength in case of a transverse wave. If I take a longitudinal wave, in case of longitudinal wave, the distance between two successive compressions, here this region I am considering this region as compression, that is, and after compression you will get a rarefaction. This region is called as rarefaction, where the particles are far away from each other. This is called as rarefaction. Again you will get a compression. The region where the particles are very close to each other is compression, and again you will get rarefaction, where the particles are far away from each other. This portion is called as rarefaction. So in case of longitudinal wave, we define wavelength as the distance between two successive or consecutive compressions is called wavelength,